Hello and welcome to this overnight taste challenge. We have two North American rye whiskeys. This is Alberta Premium, introduced in 1958, produced in Alberta Province, Canada. Alberta, Canada, by Alberta Distillers. They produce different whiskeys and vodka, according to their website. This is their flagship. There's also one. This was first sold in the United States in 2022. There's also a cask strength, kind of white label, but I haven't seen that around. Here is Winchester rye. Couldn't find out when it was introduced. Now the bottle says 1866. That's totally phony because O.Z. Tyler Distillery's only been around like 10 years. It's called Green River Distillery now. The guy that started O.Z. Tyler, he died. He was a scientist, came up with this method of aging whiskey in like a month using some compression system. That was in all the newspapers and magazines back when he first came up with that idea, I remember. But I think after it went to the new people, they just went to more traditional methods. It's hard to say because Green River Distilling Company's website doesn't tell you too much. It's not too helpful. But O.Z. Tyler was the guy who started the company, in his older age, and but like I said, he didn't stay with it long. He died. Okay. Rubberized cork, the neoprene they use on the bottom of shoe soles. Be right back. It's a little dusty. Okay, Alberta Premium. So that's the product. So we'll turn the light on now that I've shown you the products. No use being in the dark. Somebody told me your video was too dark. I said, I knew he didn't watch the whole video because I said, oh, you mean Dawn Busters? Well, it's too early on, you see. You say too early for drinking. Well, I'm tasting, I wouldn't think I'm not going to sit here and drink whiskey at 5 something in the morning. I have enough self-control. I'm tasting it. So they're talking about 1866. Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about, but they're crazy. Maybe 2016. Jacob Call, Master Distiller. I bought this at Total Wine and More. It was $19.99. Here comes the train. Alberta Premium was $24.99 at Mathern. So we're talking about $5 difference. But I didn't pay $24.99. They had it on discount for $14.99. I paid $14.99. But we're going to go with the regular price. CNKC Railroad, eastbound. Okay. Alberta, they're both golden, so the color won't matter, thankfully. Alberta Premium is aged 5 years. Doesn't say it on the bottle, but the website clearly states it. 5 years. Don't know if it's new barrels. Don't know if it's used barrels. Doesn't indicate that it's either way. We do know it's 100% rye whiskey. It's a blend of 100% rye whiskeys, different whiskey blends, the youngest of which is 5 years. There's no wheat, there's no barley malt, there's no corn, only rye. Winchester, it says Kentucky rye whiskey. It's not straight rye because it's aged in only 1 year, 366 days. That's what it said. It's aged 366 days, 1 year and a day. So this minimal aging Kentucky rye whiskey. Oh, premium Kentucky rye, excuse me. In new white oak. So these are virgin oak barrels, never before used white oak barrels. However, wooden cap, but it cannot be called straight rye because it doesn't go into the barrels for at least 2 years. It's rye whiskey. It's at least 51% rye. They don't give the percentage, but it's not aged at least 2 years, so it's not straight rye. So neither one of these is straight rye. El Jimador tequila is amazing. Loose gun laws in Baton Rouge. I don't know Rouge gun laws. Okay. And I've never had that tequila. All right. Daniel Sander comment. Kind of off the wall comments, but anyway, it is early at night. I mean, it's overnight. Sometimes people take medicine at night, let's say. So maybe their comments will be a little different. We had one of our regular people commenting last Thursday, and his comments were way out there on Plan 9 from outer space. People were saying, "What's up with him?" I said, "I don't know." But, you know, sometimes people have bad reactions to medicine or other substances. Okay, that smells like rye whiskey. It smells like rye. It's like rye bread, grain. It doesn't smell like 100% rye, but it's pleasant. I thought Winchester was good. Didn't think it was anything remarkable. $19.99 a bottle. I thought, yeah, it's good, but not, like I said, nothing to get excited about, nothing to get angry about. Yeah, see, now this doesn't have much aroma. Has some, but it's so minimal, you may as well say it has none. And that's making me think it's the Alberta Premium, which my experience with Alberta Premium since I started with this Taste Challenge series has been that it doesn't have much aroma. But let's check it out and see what we find out. No, Maine. Pretty rich rye flavor. Only 1 year in new charred oak barrels. Well, may not matter because if it's a thick char, it'll suck up that charcoal flavor. And I'm getting a lot of charcoal flavor. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mild. A little bit of that minty rye spice. Very mild. If you want to say bland, I wouldn't exactly challenge you on that. I've been posting some really interesting photos each day. A photo, just one a day. Some people will post like 79 photos and be like, nobody's looking at my photos. It's like, no one's going to. Except maybe me. People have things to do, places to go, video games to waste time with, but you know what I'm saying? So if you want people to look at your photos on Facebook, why don't you just post 1 or 2 a day? You can post 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. Maybe they'll just look at it more than just glance at it like people tend to do, but really look at it. So, but I've been posting some interesting photos from Alberta Distillers Distillery. Today, I posted a photo of their fermentation tanks. To me, it was very interesting. Yesterday, I posted the laboratory where they had the different samples and they were testing them in And I thought it was very, very good. Okay. Rich, some candy flavor, like sugar, canned sugar, um, just say some kind of sugar substance, grain, like a cereal grain, a little bit of a harsh cereal grain, honestly, like some bite to it. You say, well, it's only aged a year. That's why it's not mellowed out. It's probably a good point. It's probably the point. Uh, but it does have some character, a little battling ability and all. Is it a great rye whiskey? Why do you think it's great for 1999? It's not like that. It's not great, but it's okay. It's all right. So it's good in its own little strange way. Okay, I think this is the Winchester. Let's go back to this one. Yeah, smooth. Do you prefer white Zinfandel or Shiraz wine? Once again, comments that are not related to the video. I prefer both. Yeah. Alberta Premium. It's smooth. It's mellow. It's mild. It's nice. It's nothing too terrific though. And if you get offended by that, I'm sorry. I rate these according to what I'm tasting, and that's the only way I rate them. Even when people send me beer, if it's not that, I tell them it's not that good. I'm sorry. On occasion, people have gotten upset. Like, I sent you that beer. I say, I know. It's just not that good. I'm sorry. Would you send it for me? You work for the company as a promotional? You didn't indicate that when you sent it. I still would have told you what I thought about it. Okay. I hadn't had too many experiences like that. Mostly I've had people say they're going to send the beer and it doesn't come in. Then I start asking them about it and they start becoming strange about it. Well, I knew they were going to start becoming strange about it because it never showed up. See, when it doesn't show up, it ain't here. You see what I'm saying? You could read people pretty well just by their demeanor, even if they're online. If their demeanor is weird, it's because it's coming from a weird person. And the internet attracts weird people. Unfortunately, I didn't say everyone on on the internet system, the World Wide Web, as we call it, is weird. I say it attracts weird people. Just like street corners. All right. And coffee shops. Okay. I prefer the bolder flavor. It's 90 proof. You can feel that. It's got. Now you say, well, 90 proof versus 80 proof is not fair. It is fair. It is fair because I've had 80 proofs that were better than these. It's the flavor that counts. The flavor that counts. The body and the mouthfeel and the whole overall performance level is important naturally, but the flavor, it is a taste challenge. So taste would be the preeminent occupation, facilitation, and emancipation of the proclamation. You understand? So take that into account. So I prefer the Winchester, but not by much. Just got a little bit more flavor. If I was getting a rye whiskey, it wouldn't be either one of these. It'd probably be like Jim Beam rye. Even Dickel rye, George Dickel. Doesn't have that weird Flintstone vitamin flavor like the with Dickel whiskeys, corn whiskeys. Yeah, I guess something like that. But really, the main one I would get would be Crown Royal Northern Harvest rye. Crown Royal Northern Harvest rye. Oh, the Sazerac rye is so nice too, though. Sazerac rye, can't complain about that one. Old Overholt, can't complain about that one. No. I can complain because I can't find a 4-year aged, but I will eventually. It's the new replacement, the 4-year age. It's replacing a 3-year age. I was glad I was able to get the Alberta Premium because I had heard about it, but I wasn't expecting to see it. And then there it was. I said, "Oh, look at this." Yeah, that's it. I got the taste now. I got the taste, down now. I mean, I'm familiar with. I've done so many taste challenges with it. Now I'm familiar with the flavor and the aroma, or the lack of it. So when I start processing through it, then I say, "Oh yeah, I know which is which." Okay, Winchester. Yeah, you could buy it. It's still $19.99, but I wouldn't go above it. I wouldn't go. I personally wouldn't go above it. You can get Jim Beam rye for about the same price, and it's a much nicer one, I think. So, but then we can get Sazerac rye in Louisiana on sale for $18.99 all the time. They always got somebody running an ad, $18.99 Sazerac rye. That's the one I'm buying. Definitely. All right. Well, anyway, that was a fun taste challenge, and so we got one left. It's from Tennessee. So we're going to do an Alberta versus Tennessee rye whiskey. I'm sure everybody knows which Tennessee rye whiskey it is. And I got a great deal on it, and I'm not embarrassed to say that. And then it's off to straight bourbon. Yeah. Yes. Straight bourbon whiskey is on the way. On the way. So get ready for that. And once we do the straight bourbon, and that's the Old Charter, very famous brand, Old Charter. Then we're on to the blended American blended whiskey, and I have a new one coming up called Iron Horse, and I don't even know if there's any video reviews for it. I've had the bottle for 2 years now. I had the bottle 2 years, hadn't tried it. Over 2 years, hadn't sampled it yet. Iron Horse, I got it for such a low price. All right, well, y'all take care now and have a good Monday of Holy Week.